So everyone's asking right now, Steve, when are mortgage rates going to finally drop? Look, I wish I had a crystal ball to give you exact dates, but what I do have are some solid insights and a bit of professional advice. Let's quickly rewind. At the end of 2024, we saw 30-year mortgage rates hovering between about 6.5% and just over 7%. As we moved into January 2025, they briefly spiked again above 7%, then settled back into the high sixes during February. By mid-March, rates averaged around 6.7%, marking a noticeable but modest improvement. Remember those insanely low rates we saw during the height of the pandemic, under 3% at one point? Those were artificially low, driven by extraordinary measures taken by the Federal Reserve, and we're just unlikely to see them again anytime soon. Mortgage rates bounce around because of several factors like inflation, job reports, global events, and even unstable White House policies. When the market isn't sure what policymakers will do next, rates can get jittery. Even Dr. Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors and part-time superhero, expects mortgage rates to average around 6.4% through the rest of 2025 and possibly dipping closer to 6.1% in 2026. But notice he says average, not guarantee. Dr. Yoon is cautiously optimistic, but definitely not promising major rate drops overnight. When I spoke with USA Today recently, I said that rates wouldn't dramatically plummet overnight, but we'd likely start seeing gradual improvements. And that's exactly how things have played out, gradual and cautious. But this week's slight uptick just reminds us that rates can be as unpredictable as Oklahoma weather. And speaking of unpredictable, can we finally retire the phrase, date the rate, marry the house? Honestly, it makes me cringe every time I hear a real estate professional say it. Yeah, it's catchy, but it's reckless, and I've even heard newscasters and morning show personalities repeat it. No one, no matter what they promise, even with a glint in their eye, can guarantee rates will drop significantly. Gambling your financial security on rates dropping is like counting on winning the lottery to pay your bills. And that reminds me of something my grandfather would say. He'd joke that if he won $1 million, he'd pay the bills as far as it would go. And that was a long time ago. So here's my best advice. Make your home buying decision based on what's affordable for you right now with today's rates. You and your local lender can have honest dialogue about what's comfortable for you, not just what you qualify for. If, and it's a big if, rates drop significantly in the future, you and your lender can evaluate whether refinancing makes sense. Some of our local lenders in Shawnee and the Oklahoma City Metro will even proactively watch rates for you and reach out when refinancing might save you money. That's smart real estate, not wishful thinking, and definitely not as risky as going on a blind date. So what's the magic number for refinancing? Most lenders agree that refinancing makes sense when interest rates drop by about 1%. For example, if your current rate is around 7%, you probably wouldn't consider refinancing until rates approach 6%. Why that 1%? Because refinancing isn't free. The bank incurs expenses to go through it, and you've got closing costs like appraisals and other fees. A 1% drop typically ensures that your monthly savings justify those upfront costs within a reasonable time frame. If you need to fold in those closing costs into your loan, a larger drop in the rate may be called for. Remember, your mileage may vary. Talk to your lender. I had clients who put their home buying plans on hold for over a year, carefully watching rates. When it became clear that rates weren't likely to drop dramatically, they adjusted their budget based on current affordability. They confidently bought a home they genuinely loved because they set their expectations realistically. Here are a couple of quick pointers for navigating today's rate environment. For buyers, set your budget based on the monthly payment you're comfortable with, not hopes of rates dropping. And for sellers, be aware how rates affect buyers' budgets. Pricing realistically attracts serious buyers comfortable with today's market, not speculating on what might happen in the future. And the best part about working with a local Shawnee lender, you're not crunching numbers online or chatting with a stranger who's in another state or even another country. You're sitting down face to face at a familiar spot with someone you've built a genuine relationship with. That's the kind of personal, community-focused expertise that helps you make truly informed decisions. Now, before I go any further, I want to ask you a favor, and that is to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Know that it helps other people see this video, and then, of course, I appreciate it. Bottom line, smart home buying decisions happen when you base them on today's reality, not predictions, and not a dating promise. If you have more questions about mortgage rates or the Shawnee or Central Oklahoma real estate market, just reach out. I'm here ready to chat, and I promise I will not set you up on any blind dates.